You're listening to the Getting Salty Experience podcast.
Yes, you are. Pete, the producer, Pete, former producer. You are listening to the Getting Salty Experience podcast, self-proclaimed best podcast in the whole world. Haven't said that in a while, right, Ruff? Welcome back, Ruff. Welcome back to the first world. Where were you? You know, hut somewhere. What were you doing? Where were you? Out in the woods? Harvesting corn?
West.
What were you?
Peeling a little
out
bit
west.
Yep.
Out west. You were getting the bug out house ready in case shit
The
goes
heart,
sideways.
the heart of the country, the heartbeat of the country. Iowa. Yeah.
Iowa.
Guns, would you get another haircut?
No.
I
go every 3 weeks.
Do you on the money every time?
Just about, yeah.
You know what? You say did you get a chance to watch the last show, Ruff?
I did. I see. I know where you're going with this one. Like I don't know who that
sitting in that seat that looked like Gons. He looked like him, but he sounded a hell of a lot smarter than him. I'm like, who is this guy, man? Like,
what did he do?
Really intelligent, professional.
Put the Oakley on? Yeah.
That's right. He didn't do that, but he was holding his own, bro.
You're talking to my guy all wrong. It's wrong tone. Do it again. I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Hey, talking to my guy all wrong.
Yeah, we're talking to his brother all wrong.
Guns are
good shot. He was holding his own with some big, heavy hitters, bro.
Yeah, that was definitely nerve-wracking.
40-year guys.
I'm smart, Mikey. I'm smart, Gonzo.
Like everybody says.
Not like everybody says. Like Mike says.
God.
Yeah, well, we got a little... what? You watched it?
I watched a little of it, yeah.
Did you see the first part with the That's Refrano song we pulled up from the past?
Yeah.
Never gets old. Nor does the Chief Steve song ever get old, bro. I can't even contain myself.
I love his face. I love his face right after. What did he say? Something like, I'm glad I'm here to amuse you or something. He said.
Yeah.
Yes, dickhead.
Rochester, New York, checking in. Rob Procaccini, Mrs. Procaccini's husband's in there. Jose, is that Jose Martinez?
Yeah, look at that.
Jose's in there. That's Refrano.
We need to get some music for Jose. I got to download some of that.
Yeah, well, we got a really smart guy on tonight. He came up with a nice couple little gadgets there. We're going to hawk for him, bro. You know me, I like inventions. Invention is the mother of necessity, isn't that? Is that how it goes?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I learned that from Schoolhouse Rock. Remember when Saturday mornings? No? Nobody? Anybody?
No. We were just like, everyone was going on a rant. Coop was going on a rant.
What? Yeah. What?
What? The hockey game can't be out. What are you watching over there?
No, I was just looking at the email. Just our email for
what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, we got a big heavy hitter coming on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Probably Babstock.
We do.
Yeah,
the guy's seen some fire, bro. Coming on Thursday. Don't miss it. All right, well, let's do a little shameless plugs. We got another shameless plug we got to throw out there tonight. You'll see when we get to it.
Oh, okay, we're gonna do that one later then. Okay.
We'll do that after this one. After the guy who actually paid for a spot. Let's put him on first. You know what I
mean? All right, let's hear from our people or our friends at Armor Tough.
Armor Tough interlocking floor tiles are the best choice to replace new or aging, stained, or cracked concrete or epoxy floors. Here's why. Armor Tough tiles come with a lifetime warranty and are usually installed in 1 or 2 days, depending on the size of your station, with virtually no disruption in daily operation. Armor Tough interlocking tiles are guaranteed from chipping, cracking, peeling, breaking, or staining. Once installed, the tiles are non-skid and non-slip and meet the ADA standards for the friction coefficient. The tiles are stain resistant and impervious to any chemicals or volatiles that are used in the fire service. Once installed, your floor will be easy to clean with just soap and water. Install an Armor Tough tile floor in your apparatus bays, offices, training rooms, workshops, exercise rooms, kitchens, banquet halls, or any other room in your station. Call Vince today for a no-obligation quote at 908-917-7697. Why install a breakable epoxy floor that will need replacing in 5 to 10 years when you could have a floor that will last a lifetime? Drop a Halligan on an Armor Tough floor and you won't see any damage. Don't try this with concrete or epoxy. Join the hundreds of career and volunteer fire departments nationwide who have chosen an ArmorTough interlocking tile floor. ArmorTough interlocking tiles are half the price of epoxy and will last a lifetime without issue. Again, call Vince today for a no-obligation quote at 908-917-7697.
And that's Vince. You know, I keep saying I'm going to get that in my garage, I think. I'm going to lean on Vince a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Get the family price?
Yeah, maybe I'll get the family discount. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just like this guy, next guy, he's got the family discount, bro. The guy we're going to plug right here, he got a family discount. It's called F to the R to the E, double E.
Are we ready?
Let's get him on. Throw it out there. I love this kid.
Here we go. Boom.
There it is. There's no commercial with it?
No, that's it. We're just going to talk a little bit about it. If you need any editing or services along those lines, voiceovers or what, reach out to our boy, Mr. Mike Cologne. This is his phone number, and he's just getting his business off the ground. So if you want to get him and support him, this is how you're going to do it. So reach out to Mr. Far From It Cologne.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not one to critique, but I'm going to critique. If you were a media editing service, you might have a commercial you might want to put in or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm like, what, is this it?
Hold on a second.
Mike, I mean, your media editing services have some kind of snappy commercial.
This was spur of the moment, and by the way, it is a consulting company. I will be making a page for it and a commercial for it. Hi everyone, and yes,
I'm going to say it's gone all downhill since we lost the tie in the collared shirt. I'm just letting you know.
Well, this show, as I said earlier, you can kind of wear.
Since he started working out in the gym
a little bit,
you know, he
can't fit in a button-down shirt. He's too big, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But just quickly, because I don't want to take too much time away from the guest tonight. Yes, it is a consulting company. So if you guys need voiceover work, somebody to edit your podcast, or anybody to advise you on how to start one, I am your guy. You can contact me at that number. Thank you very much for that. Very free.
We don't take away the guy who actually paid to be on the show tonight. Let's take Mike shit up. Yeah.
See you guys after.
Yeah. All right. Good commercial. Let's go.
You were serious about that?
You were serious about that?
I love Mike. Mike's good stuff.
Yeah.
Mike's going to edit some stuff for us. We got a couple of shows coming up because, as you know, I don't know if we mentioned it. We'll be taking a couple of days off here and there in the summertime. Me and Lou, we're probably doing one show a week, but we'll have some fill and stuff that Mike's going to edit. So you guys don't miss us too much.
No, you won't.
All right. What about play the real commercial?
Yes, we are.
Actually edit. Here's some of Mike's work, not like his own commercial. This is a good commercial that he edited.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a gift for that special firefighter in your life, then head on over to GettingSaltyApparel.com. Yes, GettingSaltyApparel.com. What do we have? Well, we carry hand-drawn original t-shirts, glassware such as mugs, shot glasses, pint glasses, engraved Arctic cooler cups, and much, much more. There's also a full line of firefighter tool bottle openers like Halligan's, nozzles, and wine bottle opener accesses too. And if you're a cigar smoker, congratulations! We have partner sauce cigar cutters and humidors. Think we're done? Far from it. We got toiletry, gear bags, koozies, a full line of hats, decals, sweatshirts, and once again, so much more. We can also personalize most of these products, and if you want discounts, hey, you've come to the right place. We got discounts on large orders for promotion dinners, weddings, as well as installation dinners. Just head on over to GettingSaltyApparel.com.
Excellent. See, that's some of Mike's final work.
Yeah.
So you'll see when he puts together these pieces, Mike, not only that, he turns it around really quick. He's good. He's on it, Mike. Love that.
He's on it.
For
sure.
Yeah. All right. What else? Talk about the super chat.
Yep, really quick. Just guys, if you want to hit us up and support us, hit us up in the super chat. If you have a question about the item that will be going over tonight, please do so and hit us up in the super chat, and we'll get those questions answered. Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe Mike can throw some dollars for the commercial on the super chat. You know what I'm saying? All right, enough of this shenanigans. Let's bring in our guest, Louis. You introduce because he's one of us guys. You know, he's got a valid.
One of us. Rescue guy from Paterson. We got coming to the stage, Dave Leporini. The Bolt Rescue Chock Company. I like that.
I see how this is going to work now. He's got to up my sound effects, right? I played mine. This was mine.
Sorry.
That's mine. His just went right over mine. I see what this is.
This is much better.
This is a penis contest, right? Is that what it is?
Wait. I think that's even better. And I got the little baseball one in there too.
There he is.
Welcome.
That's Big Dave from Bolt Rescue Chock, but also, let me pull up. I had his timeline somewhere. He's a ghetto firefighter, bro. Not a ghetto firefighter, my friend, right here. So what did I put his? Oh, here it is, right here. All right, so let's go over your career a little bit before we get into your invention and how you came upon this invention, bro.
Sure.
You started out as a volley in West Paterson, right?
Yes, sir. Probably from when I was 16. Yep.
Oh, one of those young fellas, right? So
why did you get into the? Why were you getting into the job? You had somebody in your family. What was the story behind that?
I kind of one day I just got involved with it. Just walking down the street, I saw a bunch of people that were, they had a call going. I saw all these guys running down the street. Kind of sucked me into the whole thing. And then one day I started there, and then someone said that there was a lot of career stuff going on and possibilities. So one thing led to another. Next thing you know,
taking tests.
Friends of mine got hired. I took a couple tests, and that was it. Took a while, but I mean, I did it. So
how big of a department is West Paterson?
It's West Paterson's like it's probably, they got like a truck, 3 engines, a rescue. It's a small town, but at the time when I started, I mean, they would get some work, nothing crazy. You'd get like at least a fire or 2 a month. Things have changed since then. But it was a good start. It led me to where I am today, and definitely very grateful for it.
Are you still volleying while simultaneously?
No, I stopped a couple of years ago. This would have been my 23rd year. I stopped like 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So you take the didn't you say you took the FDNY test too?
Yeah. Back in 07, I lived in Throgs Neck for like 2-3 years. Good time. And it just didn't work out. I got a call from a couple guys from Paterson and whatnot that I knew that were on the job. And next thing you know, picked up, moved, came back. And then, 6 years after
you're
that.
Originally from Paterson? Where are you from?
I'm from West Paterson, which is like a town over.
Right.
They didn't make the jump of getting rid of the name yet at the time. Now they're Woodland Park, but I always call it West Paterson. As you can tell if someone's from there or not.
Right.
And,
excuse me. Woodland Park. Yeah. So you get on a 215, you go to Northside Engine 4, right? They busy there?
They're I'd say out of all the companies between Riverside and Northside and Madison Ave, they're by far the busiest right at this point.
Well, how big is Paterson? How big is that department?
I think it's like a couple square miles. I mean, but per capita, we're like between the ambulance and the firework. I mean, like I said, per capita, we're very, very busy. I think we're like the number 4 busiest ambulance in the nation per mileage in a small area.
Right. What about how big is the department? How many houses you got? How many companies?
We got 7 houses. I'd say most houses have at least 2 pieces in it, whether it's an engine in a truck or an engine in an ambulance. Some have an extra battalion. My house, we have the squad, the rescue, and battalion chief. North side where I was, we had engine 4 and then ladder 2 and battalion 3. So it was very in my mind, it was very busy. I mean, it'd make people's heads spin if they didn't deal with it every day.
Right. So then you went, you did 2 years in the engine, then you went to Northside Ladder. Is that in the same firehouse?
Yeah, I mean, I guess in New York terms, I basically went across the floor.
Right?
You want to call it that? They lost a guy in the truck, and then they needed a person, so I had some construction background, and they tried me out, and I stayed there for another 2 years, and then after that, the time they needed a guy in the rescue, and same thing. Word got around. And I needed a construction guy, so they moved me there.
So you went with only like what? How many years on?
4 years.
4 years. 4 years. You went to whoa.
We're a very young department. In that aspect, there's a little bit of a gap with that whole time frame, and at this point, they're taking guys where they need them. If they pick you, you're going. So
you said Robbie Ziggy was your senior man?
Yeah, Rob Zeidler. Yeah, he was one of the main guys over there.
Where in the rescue?
Yeah, he was there when I got there, and now he's the squad father. Once he got promoted and they moved him, they gave him a company. But when I was in the rescue, he was the senior man there by me. Really, really sharp dude.
Did he come back? Now Rob's a good friend of ours. He's a friend of Jimmy's at New Jersey Fire. He works with them, right? And he was in the rescue, right? And then he went. Did he get promoted? Come back as lieutenant to rescue too?
Well, we skipped that whole thing. Basically, you go from private to captain. So they moved him. Once he got promoted, I think he floated a little bit, and then usually guys that have that kind of background, they'll put them back to where they're kind of have their niche.
He was out. He was out for a little while, and then he came back.
Right. Yeah. Good thing he came back.
Absolutely incredible.
COVID and some other personal reasons. And,
Tough guy, man. We love him, but mild, like a very calm, laid back dude, man.
Fantastic temperament. I couldn't ask for a better.
Sometimes I got to check him for a pulse when we're sitting next to him in a restaurant, right, Roof? Like
depending on what you're doing, you know.
Still with us, Ziggy? You there?
Yeah.
He's pretty mellow dude, man.
Yeah, so they decided to create a squad, right? And they put him in charge of establishing this company because he called me to give him some phone numbers so he can get some
he's known as the squad father, but he's pretty big part in that whole thing because they're basically designing a truck just for that, and it's going to be a newer thing on the department coming up.
Are they in service yet?
They're in service. They're in service and they're working. They're just not up to their full capability yet. Like due to the fact they're working off an engine right now, so it's not set up exactly for what they're doing yet.
Right. So they're in the same firehouse as you guys, as the rescue.
Correct. Yeah. Typically, how they work, they were engine 6, and what would happen is basically if a call came in, they're cross trained. So like if we have a detail come in or someone else, they'll send one guy from 6 to over by us,
right? And
then the guy will ride over there. But for the most part, I mean, we have another rescue truck that's on the USAR team, which is like urban search and rescue, and they'll take that truck if there's something extra needed, and basically meet us wherever we are. They're supplemental company, very very good, very helpful.
So how do they respond to fires? They respond to every working fire too, or how does it work?
At this time, they are based on their first due area, and then depending on what the assignment goes out. So like an activated fire alarm, unless it's first due or during that third arriving company of the assignment, you'll have them do that. But unless there is they're not like us. Like we go to most working fires, basically every working fire, and they'll only get assigned unless it's in their area. Now, what they're going to do in the future, I don't really know.
That's probably like what happened to us, Coob.
Well,
once they get all trained and everybody's up to speed, then they probably would change it, I'm sure.
And they'll respond to all working fires, probably.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, like I said, once everybody gets trained, a lot of the guys have the training to a degree.
Rescue guys love that, right? Cool.
Oh yeah, they love that, bro. They love when the squad shows up.
When you take that little bit of that pizza, little pizza. You take a little pizza. I just want a slice. I just want a slice.
I'm not saying anything. We call them the JV right now. Until
that's all we used to get.
Come on, we never heard that before.
I would never say that. I would never say it to Rob. No.
He's your senior man. How could you say that to Rob?
It's gonna be a good thing. It's gonna be
right. That's what Bobby Gallione said, right? He said, "Hey, listen, you were coming in and taking some of our boxes.
So nobody cares except you're going to take. If you get there before I get there, you're going to get my work. So of course you're going to be a little pissed off.
Yeah, that's why I call us little yellow friends.
I never heard that one before.
Little yellow friends. Yeah, man.
Before we start talking about, we got to do the pledge yet, Kubi.
Oh, shike! Good pickup, Ruffy. My bad. He's got the flag back there.
Certainly.
Do we want to do the pledge tonight, or we want to stick with our lady friend?
Whatever one you want, bro. You pick it.
All right, here we go.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
My girl MJ. Hey, Rob Z says to stick the JV comment up your blue ass.
I'll give him a big hug.
He also told me to ask you about your rock and roll career, bro.
Oh, yeah, I'm retired. Yeah, basically.
What do you mean retired from what?
No, I'm done with the music industry. I played in a band for quite some time in my younger days, and then basically traveled the country, stuff like that.
What'd you play?
I play guitar. You wouldn't know it now, but at the time I could.
What'd you have? You have the long headbanger hair? What'd you have going on?
Nah, I'm more of like an afro. Yeah, no, I'm not partying the business in the front, party in the back. Yeah.
Any groupies, anything like that? What's going on?
No, well, I mean, we did good. We were like on an indie label, you know.
We did good.
Forget about it.
Where's my wife? What? You married?
Basically, yeah.
Ixnay on the Oopie Gray. All right.
No, but it was good. Like I said, I've probably been down to like between Texas towards like Wisconsin. If you drew a line, I probably played in every state maybe like a dozen times.
Really? What's the name of the band?
At the time it was called The Oval Portrait. Very happening type thing.
The Oval what?
Back in 03. Yeah.
What was it called?
We played The Oval Portrait, it was called.
Oval Portrait?
Oval Portrait.
Oval Office.
Yeah, but we did good though. We were playing a lot with we were like a metal kind of punk thing, but we played a lot with a lot of bands that did well nowadays. They're all way past us, but we did good. We sold a good amount, maybe 30,000-40,000. So
you make any shekels?
Enough to drink and eat at the time.
Yeah, that's all right.
But nothing came back after that. It basically paid for itself. It was a great time. So.
You got kids in every state? Well, what's going on?
No.
God forgive me.
I was too young for that. I didn't know any better.
So at least none that I know about. Forget about
it. So you were the guitar guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah. I like the bass guy. He just sits there like he's high on something, bro. Just
I stood there more so than anything. My bass guy was crazy.
Oh, we're gonna have to find that, bro, somewhere and post it. No longer. Yeah, Rob, shoot us some of that, bro. Ask Dave about his rock and roll career. Oh, yeah, I gotta get past that. All right, let's get into your little invention here. I like it, bro.
Sure.
What does that say? Ask.
Oh, I was going to pull that up. Let's say, ask Fave. Let me post it so we can see it. Ask Fave if he was there when Higgs was chopping jalapenos.
Oh,
the box hit. Okay,
I was not there, but that was like the shot heard around the world. I could tell you this: Rob was making some kind of food or whatever. Not Rob. Higgins is the captain now. So he's cutting jalapenos, right? Going through his thing. Also, an alarm comes in. They run out. Now the dude's driving, and from what I understand, he's driving, and all of a sudden he's hopping back and forth, and the captain's looking at him like, "What's wrong?" He goes, "My nuts are on fire." Oh my God! So now they're going to fall, and he's hoping that this isn't like a real thing or whatever. He gets back. He runs out back into the firehouse. He's sitting there washing his sack and everything in his hands. He got all the stuff from the jalapeno was fucking burning him.
On his nuts.
Gave himself a little reach around. What was going on?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you give a little grab?
Maybe you had to go show us your chalk.
All right, God. Let's play the video. Let's play the chalk video, and then we'll talk about it. We'll ask him how he came up with it.
That's freaking awesome.
All right, stand by 1 second. Let me pull this in here. Here we go.
Here we go.
So when we were at the show, we went to the show in Harrisburg. I just was walking around, and I saw Dave, and I saw the chock that he had and the little display that he had. So I walked over. I'm like, it looked pretty cool. And then he started telling me about, what it was made from and how it's made and where how it's done. And I was like, dude, I think you got to. It's like you could tell it's a quality thing. It's not like listen, we all have little cheap things, but you could absolutely tell that the thing. And then I started asking him about it. How does it work? What's this? Can you see the light through the smoke? I let him talk about all that stuff, but I was, grilling him there, and he had all the answers. So I said, you know what? I think this would be a cool thing to do on the corner. So that was.
So he let you touch his chock, basically.
I touched his chock.
Nice. You got one? Do you have one there, Dave?
Yeah, they're around.
He's got one in the door right there.
Yeah, and then
is that what that is?
Yeah, so this is the one. This is one of them. This thing.
Okay, so that comes right over the hinge.
Yeah, so I'll give you a quick rundown. So this thing right here, you couldn't even tell. Like if you watch that first video, one guy actually put one of the chocks on the door without the light, because I sell them both ways. It goes on so fast, it works so well, you didn't even see it. That's how fast he did it.
Right.
And those guys, they learned that first day, like they practiced a couple times. It was effortless. But basically, this slot in here that's on, this basically will go right between the pin and the JAMB. And once it's in place, you'll see this thing it won't lift up. Plus, with the fact that you see that this has a wide throat on it because it's made from like a aluminum I-beam.
Mm-hmm.
This is wide enough. It keeps the door at the 90. There's no door. There's no chocks that really do that right now. And then this clip right here is for the carabiner. It just helps you with storage and whatnot. But
Where
the light
do you carry that, Dave?
I don't put it in my pocket because I think a lot of things you put stuff in your pocket, you're never gonna use it. You're just sitting there fiddling for it. I just clip it on my jacket, which is why I had this thing up here. I just keep it right in front of me next to my hand light. Stays up there. You don't have to worry about nothing. Easy to grab. So
keep it accessible.
Yeah, that's made from an I-beam.
Oh yeah, I'll explain that.
From aluminum I-beam, like it's milled off an I-beam, so it's like you can't beat that thing up if you hold it in your hand, and then he's got the wood on there too.
Correct. Yeah, I mean the thing it's literally like with the light, it's like 13 ounces with the batteries, but the thing is made from like a structural like aluminum I-beam. So when I get it, it's like a big 25-foot length, and we cut them to small pieces. Then I bring it to PK Milling, Precision Milling in Riverdale by me. Anyway, they do a good job. They mill everything, and then I bring it to a place in Paterson, and they spray it. And like I said, once it comes from there, when you put that thing in the door, like the big deal that I always had, you could put a wedge, you could put candy cane. I'm not gonna like name drop and bash anybody, but any chock on the market, you put it in there, it gets kicked, they fall out. They hold. Somebody's like, all right, we'll leave it there. Next thing you know, they walk away. Someone hits the door, thing's gone, and now the door's shut behind you and no good.
So they can open that door all the way, and it won't fall out of the door. Like
Correct. It hooks like on. It's right there.
You put this in the door. Somebody opens the door. It's gone.
It's gone.
Somebody's kicking it down the hallway.
Right.
And that's it. So you can open that door all the way, and that thing won't fall off.
Yeah, you can open it all the way. It just stays hooked on, and even with the closer, once it bites down on that stop of the JAMB, right, it holds it perfect. I mean, like I said, even a 90-degree angle is a lot to ask for with us, especially most chocks you see doors are like closed like halfway.
Yeah, that's why people open it and the chock falls out.
What's happening? They push the door and then it falls out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've used nails, wedges. I mean, they're not the same. I used to bend the arms on closers, and it works good. But this is, you like having the option in case you got to control the room or you got to do something. Just
have you ever tried to break it?
Well, I used to rip the doors off. I haven't tried to break this chock. I have not been able to do it yet.
Right. So even if somebody tries to close the door on the thing, it won't close. It will.
There's a good chance. There's a good chance it'll probably break the hinge off the door if you were able.
The screws are going to come out. The screws will come out of the JAMB. If you hold the thing, you could tell and especially the way it's made as an I-beam. So it's aluminum.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if you took this thing and you visualize the other half of it,
right,
it's like probably like that, this big, and then it goes from there. It gets cut, milled, and that's it. But like I said, this one, I tell people to use this too. Even EMS been buying it, and just for putting on stretchers and stuff. I mean, I keep them. I tell other people to put on the jump bag, put it on the high-rise kit.
High-rise kit's a great place to put it, man.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you put one of these without the light on the floor below, and then you put the one with the light on the fire floor, and it's got to be it's definitely a breath of fresh air when you're going through a big room. Feels like a maze to you. You know what I mean? So you get this thing, it gives you a nice point of reference, and you catch that beam from down the hall, and it's like I said, it gets shitty. It's definitely a peace of mind.
So
he actually said, I asked him, I'm like, can you actually see the light? Like if it's really charged? And he said you could still see the light.
Yeah,
obviously, I mean, you'd have to be, somewhat close to it, but
yeah, I mean, it's not meant to like illuminate an area like a flashlight would.
Right.
It's meant more so to be a source that you could just pick this thing out. I mean, it probably goes about 4 to 6 feet in the smoke, I would say at this point. Of a good surface area around you.
Right.
But for sure, like this is a moderate light where you got right there where that picture is. But in the black, I mean, it by far stands out. You can't miss it. So,
talk about how you built the light part on the chock. Show us how that works, because that's pretty cool too. That was one of the reasons why I liked it.
So the light part, right? I'm a big fan. I mean, I still use like a wooden handled axe. Call me whatever. I'm a big fan of old school for being how young I am. I got to tell you, more into like the traditional aspect of the job too. So initially I went with like plastic or something like that, and I thought it looked kind of cheesy. Then one day I was like, oh, let's do this, not just for cost effectiveness, but I ended up making this out of like a hard maple. So this light body itself gets like CNC'd, and then the electronics in it are basically like something almost like a fifth grader. I mean, it's got a battery terminal on the bottom. Then it's got 2 pins that sit here, and they connect it once you turn the switch, which I'll touch on that next. It basically connects the 2 contacts, and the thing turns on. I mean, this thing will shine for probably like 2-3 days if you left it alone. It's
cool. Just like the railroad, like your train set, like the 2 contacts make.
Yeah,
it's very simple. I mean, and it's just a brass bar. Like I strayed away from the whole switch thing because I said, if I put a switch in here, they're just going to break off. I mean, you break a switch off on a box light, no problem, and that's just the thing's protected inside. So I went with this whole aspect of a flat metal bar, and when you turn it, right? I mean, it's just like turning it up. Yeah, whatever. So when you turn it, it's just like it's pretty. Yeah, for 2, it's really bright. You know what I mean? For 2 LEDs. But once you turn this on, I mean, you could do it with a gloved hand, no problem whatsoever.
We practiced
do it again. How do you turn it on? I can't see.
Just turn it vertical.
Yeah. So yeah, you just take this bar, and then these 2 contacts are on the high.
Oh, that's easy, bro.
You just turn it, and it's basically like an oven mitt. You could just turn the thing like nothing. So,
yeah, it has the glove there, so you could turn it on with the glove on.
Why you gotta have a rescue blue one? Why couldn't you make a squad yellow one?
I got that. I didn't have any with you. But yeah, I mean, I'll show you real quick. Even during the Harrisburg Expo, we kept gloves out just to let people try it. Yeah. We had them clipped on to hand lights, and just to give people a couple ideas of stuff that you can kind of see with what you're doing.
What kind of batteries did I use, Dave?
These take AA. Basically, they're on the bottom. There's a battery box right there, and you just take the 2 screws out, change the 2 batteries, and you'd be good to go. Like I said, they go for 2-3 days. And like I said, you see, I got a gloved hand here. You just turn it like an oven mitt, and the thing turns right on.
There's a guy in the chat, Steve, Dave, Chief Commissioner Dave. How much for a department of 350? Please let me know.
That would be.
You contact it. We'll give his contact.
Sure.
That's the commish. We'll give this contact out, commission. You can reach him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely I've had some orders now where, people ask me if I did purchase orders and whatnot. I was a new company when I went to Harrisburg. I basically went there with everything I had, and I think I left with like maybe a dozen chocks out of like 85, which was for me, it was pretty big, But since then, and I left the place, I'm getting orders now 6, 4, 10. So I mean, if people contact me, I'll make a deal, and take care of you in bulk.
Such a deal.
Soon to be 150 plus tonight, and then some.
I watched that one episode with the guy with that one tool. It looked like I don't know, went behind the back of the strike. That might be, a camera tool. He said the thing went like viral or whatever. It's wild.
He sold a lot, man. That guy. Yeah. How did you come up with this idea, Dave?
Well, I will say, I'm along with Rob, this guy, my captain now, Tommy Dyke, he's very, very good. And, I'd like to say we're very aggressive. And basically, we would go up the stairs. We had a good fire one time. And, he's like, all right, handle this apartment. And he goes, I'm going to go upstairs to the next floor because we were so shorthanded. I think we had like 2-3 buildings going at the time when we were first due. So we basically, once I went to go check the apartment, I go, holy shit. I opened up the door, barely got it open. And I went through the kitchen. And at this point, when I went in the room, I probably had smoke about 4 feet off the ground. And by the time I made it to the back bedroom, it was all the way down. So at this point, I'm like, all right, let me back up. And next thing you know, I said, all right, I got one more room to go. I went in there because I remember where it was. And I said, let me just check the closet. It was like they both had 6-foot closets. So I said, all right, let me go through. Next thing you know, I felt another door going through there. And so I go, let me just take a quick check. I'll go as far as I can. Next thing you know, I felt the same chair in the kitchen that I was in before. So now I did a quick 360 to try to follow back. And for whatever reason, I got disoriented with it. It just threw me off because I touched something from another room. And it felt like fucking 10 days. Just to do whatever you can. So I start backing
like
up.
You're in a warehouse all of a sudden.
Oh, my God.
Seems so big.
Terrible. So, and my captain is a big believer in, keeping your hand light with you. You want to have that kind of tool with you. So, I basically I backtracked as long as and then all of a sudden I ended up feeling the one thing behind me and it kind of gave me a little bit more orientation on where I was. So I said, fuck it. I'm just going to go for the kitchen because that was the only thing I remember where I was. So I just kind of like beeline through these chairs and I found the one wall to get out by the sink. And then that was it. But from that point on, teaching at the academy, we always talk about, it's hard to explain now, but if you talk to the older generation, they would always teach you when you search a room to go and, you hook the door, you get on your stomach, you do your light scan. Nowadays, they don't really teach you that much. You still tell them to do it, but now everyone has cameras. So you're doing more of a camera scan in the room than you would a light scan. So that's kind of where that direction went. And I said, you know what, it'd be really great. I want to keep my light with me if I could have something to hold this door open. Because, with self-closers and whatnot, door closed behind you, it would have been an even bigger mess. Because that was what was happening. I had no idea where the door was until I found the kitchen layout. But definitely makes a big difference. So now you figure with that thing there and that light's there, it'll mark the door for you and it'll give you a nice point of reference to get yourself out. So
what the first prototype look like that you made? Did you make it by yourself?
Oh, well, no, I had good help from a person that I know, an engineer named Chuck Davis. He helped me design with. I basically took an idea to him and I said, well, I want to do this, and he's like, all right, well, now what do we do? And I took a bunch of different chocks, and he's like, well, what don't you like about this? And I pointed all the different details. How there's no practicality in this one. This thing don't work. This is plastic. This thing's all the pros and cons of everything. And we kind of devised one based on the first one was like it looked like a little piece of stainless tea with it had a light on. The fucking thing fell off when I first used it. It definitely it worked okay, but it wasn't strong. I think I bent it in half or something like that. They're still floating around in a couple departments. I had a lot of guys prototype field test it. And a year later, not a year later, maybe 8 months later, we came up with this rendition of it. And, I think it's pretty solid. It's well made. You're not getting something that's coming from
China or some
China
shit
or wherever. This thing, definitely American made. And I basically handle all the quality control because they're coming from me. If anything happens, I'll replace it. I tell people too, listen, if you could break the aluminum, I'd love to shake your hand, but if you break the light part of it and you melt it, just take a picture because, if you're going to say, oh, the thing's good for, maple's good for almost 400 degrees just for scientific purposes. But if you're in there, dude, you know the deal. You got to make a move. It's not a tenable situation for a long time wherever you are if it's 400 degrees. I said, take a picture of chock and send it to me. If not, you probably won't be alive. So,
right. Did you ever think about putting some kind of noise, like a pass alarm makes a noise? Or
careful what you say. That you might see that in the future on the next one.
Why you got to blow up the guy's stuff here? He's just,
I'm throwing out ideas. I'm throwing out ideas.
My captain
I was going to mention a tracker.
Yeah, my first captain of the rescue, Scott Parkin, he said the same thing. He goes, no, Dave, I thought of something like this years ago. He goes, but I like the light, And then this thing led me on to so many other things that I got going right now. So I got a couple irons in the fire, but this is the main deal right now. It's been a good road so far, and I'm hoping it really really goes from here. So,
how has been the feedback from like the guys in Paterson carry it? The guys using it?
well, you know the deal. You know, I'm not a gadget guy, but they know that I'm a very, everyone knows I'm a carpenter and whatnot on the side. And the feedback is this: the first person that put it on the door was the one picture. The chief walked up to it, and then he stepped back and he took a picture of it. I don't know what he did with it or whatever, but like, people were shocked to see it, and word's been getting around. And I probably sold maybe probably like 15 or 20 to the city at this point, or not city, but like the guys at work. Right. And people into the job, they get it, and other people, like I said, I'm not a person that is into gadgets and whatnot by no means necessary. I'm more a believer in things that are simple, and that's why I didn't go crazy with this thing. It's very simple design, very simple use, and I think it's going to be a very usable tool. I mean, it works great on commercial applications and even better on like residential. Right. So,
well, guys, pull up the pictures again. What are the 3 different ones you got there?
So the one on the left there, that's the simple metal one. That one I've been selling to police, fire, and EMS. I'd like to see that thing in a swap bag in the future, but we'll take it from there. But we do EMS too in Paterson, so I carry one typically on my jump bag or stretcher. It just makes it 10 times easier to pushing someone through a door rather than like kicking the door open and trying to wheel them through. Next thing you know, you crush their arms. You put that in there, it holds the door, plus keeps the door open for any companies.
I like this. That's the squad yellow
degrees.
one.
That's the key.
That's the squad yellow all the way. Yeah, and that's the thing too. That's the big deal. Yeah. So we got, like I said, we got yellow, black, blue, and red. So with that being said,
rescue blue. Oh, it is a rescue blue.
Yeah, I put the word out there. Yeah, we got rescue blue.
Not Molly.
Is that an Ali Molly?
There you go.
Okay, so what does the basic one go for?
So the basic one, that's just the metal, those go for 30, and then the ones that have the light on it go for 60.
Tonight and forever on, I'm going to give it 10%. We're starting tonight, but he's going to keep it on 10% off if you put Salty in.
When you check out, they'll ask for you for a promo code. You just put Salty, just like they got it spelled there, and it will give you 10% off on the item. Yeah.
So
how about what was the first thing I asked him? I'm like, bro, how has it been? Like, have you lost any? Like, have there been any sticky fingers? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was going to say.
It's funny you say that, because probably I'd say besides me, the beater that is on my gear at work, what's it called? One of the guys that was working in Rob's company for the night, he was on a swap, and kid just got it. Thing was brand new. He's actually one of the kids that helped me with the video. And I pull up, and all of a sudden we got there. I think we were like we went across the city from where the fire was. So by the time we got there, we get up the stairs, and I go, "Holy shit! What the hell is that thing?" I see this thing coming through the smoke, because second floor, but it was down to the landing. So these guys are in there, and I could hear where they were. So we went down to the fire room, found them and whatnot. But all of a sudden you heard vibra alert going off, and let me tell you, these guys, we usually work up to a certain level with that thing going off, and as soon as they heard the vibra alert, you heard the guys saying, "Get out of the way," because it went from being like a couple feet off the ground, same thing, black down to the floor, and like I said, super big peace of mind. Rob said he was very good feeling when you get something to aid you on the way out. Especially companies coming in. I mean, you can put a flashlight there. That thing's getting kicked. Usually, that's gone. But to go,
you can never do that.
Talking about,
there's no way you can do that.
Yeah. But to complete what you're saying, so they used the thing, went great, and like he left it up there for the other companies, the kid, and all of a sudden my chief comes down, and we're packing up from the thing. He goes, "Oh, here, Dave, here's your chock." I said, "Oh shit, this ain't mine. I got my own thing." And the kid, all of a sudden I see him. He goes, I went to go return it to him because I know who it was that had it, because he's one of the first people, and he goes, "Oh, son of a bitch! I thought I lost that thing on the first."
Already. I was saying you got to get like Dremel their name on there or something.
You got to get You got to get an engraver, engrave people's name on it. Just throwing that out there for you.
Well, what we're gonna do, probably, I think I had it on. I was gonna order it this week, and we're gonna add it to the site. We're gonna be doing laser engraving. So on the metal, we could eventually be able to put your name, your company. I guess if you had the file, Yeah, we could, if we had the file, we could take like your patch or logo and put that right on the thing for you. And whatever your line number would be, your F number, as we call it. So, we're going to definitely personalize it. It's probably going to be coming up soon.
I'll tell you, I made
a couple of guys who do that.
When I was in the squad, but mostly when I became lieutenant in the engine, I had a pocket that I used to have my bailout rope on my pants, right? And then when I was in the engine, obviously I wouldn't be bailing out. It was a running joke. The guys were like, "What are you going to bail out on us, Lou?" So obviously I took the rope out of there at the time, and I put chocks in there, and I took pride that if I was first due, which we were a lot because we had a huge area and we ran around a lot, I always made sure that that door was staying open no matter what. Like, whether if I put married two chocks together on the floor, whatever it was, I would try, but again, I would lose chocks like that from, like you said, getting kicked. They were on the floor. I used to try and keep it, initially in the hinge, on the bottom hinge, but guys come in, push the door, it pops out, right? Then I had nails, but then I could never get the nails out of the rubber band. It was a pain in the ass, all of that shit. Yeah, it looks great, but you pull it off, the rubber band comes flying off, all your shit comes off. It's like a pain in the ass. I stopped doing that, So and then I had a piece of angle iron with somebody welded a nail on it, right? And I remember that and just hang it on there. Yeah. But it was never it's angle iron, so it was never even close to it. The door would be like you would be walking into it, and it would be almost like 45 on you, so it wasn't even close to open. Guys would push it, but like you said, if you had an EMS or if you had to get people out of there, you had to still open the door and hold it open to get through. So it wouldn't close behind you. So that was something, like a lot of times. So
you're saying this will hold it open at 90 degrees?
Yeah, this is keeping the door open at a 90-degree angle. And it's basically once that thing's in there and that bites onto the door stop, it ain't going nowhere. I mean, right. I've sat there even at Harrisburg, whatever. People are like, "Oh, does it really hold the thing?" I said, "Look," and I'd kick the door, let the thing flap in the breeze, and that you see the chock like droop a little bit as soon as it bit onto the stop. I mean, it was. They couldn't believe that to hold the thing open,
Yeah. Gonzo, pull up John Crescio Jr.'s comment. He's a cop.
The basic unit would be great for PD, chock entry, securing doors in housing facilities for backup and for backup officers.
Well, nice. He's 100% right. I mean, I've been getting that input from other people. Like I said, initially it was meant for firefighters, but then I said, you know what, this can go to EMS, police. And a lot of times, you might be into a building on the first, second, third floor, and then they got security locks. You put this on there, as long as it's got a regular pin for a hinge, it'll keep the door open for any companies coming in or any other needs that you
even military, bro. Even military when they force, when they're making an entry, bro.
That would be intense.
You know what I'm saying, man? You gotta tap that area there a little bit. A little bit. No.
A little bit. You know what else keeps the doors open? That water can behind you. Lou likes to give those up.
You never leave that can behind, bro. I don't care where you are. Because as soon as you leave it, you're gonna need it.
Just kidding, everyone.
Never leave your tools.
Let's play the video one more time because we had a whole bunch of new people come in the room.
Sure.
And just to be clear, Mike did not produce this video as well, so we just wanted to clear that up. So he does do videos. He didn't do this one, but he does do videos.
Yeah, my buddy Rufus Horton. Really
Rufus.
Good. Yeah.
You ready?
Here we go. Do it again.
Here we go.
You'll see they put the chock in right at the first door there. So.
A lot of drama too. Nice music.
Yeah, it's an attention getter.
Whoa!
I'm getting my pulse is getting elevated a little bit.
We went for the whole hero theme.
I see it.
Oh, see, so right there he puts it in.
He put one in there. That was quick.
On the bottom hinge, but you don't see it.
Yeah, I tell people put it on the lower hinge. That's your best line of sight. And these guys are crawling. But you could do it if you could see. You throw that right in there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as that one you can see him putting.
That one you can see him putting. That one's got the light.
Yeah. And like I said, when these guys did this, that was like the third, fourth time they ever used it. Effortless. And you could see they even bumped the door going in and out with the victim or the firefighter, and that thing stays right there. These are strong commercial doors that they're in right now.
Oh, yeah, man.
do
Like
bump
Gabe
the door.
Fox said, man, the 90 degrees is the cellar. That's what Gabe Fox said. That's it. I like it.
I mean, those guys, big help from them. I mean, it was fantastic. We had a couple guys help too as well from Passaic Fire. Well, one of your guys too, Chris Manville was there. Good help.
Never heard of him.
You know, it's good. And Passaic County Fire Academy, I could give it that too. So.
Throw that in there. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna say something. What the hell was I just gonna say? I lost my my whole thing. Great job, Dave. Chris loves it. Marianne, who's that?
I think it's his wife, right? I believe so.
Oh,
Huh? Who's Chris?
No, it's legit.
Oh, Chris Mandeville. He was on Rescue
Never
One.
heard of him.
Never heard of him. Sorry. Yeah. What? Oh, this is what I was going to say. The only problem I was thinking about with the audio part is if you have a pass alarm going off, they might get confused of which is which, you know. But you know, I'm sure you could make it a different sound in the pass alarm.
Right. Yeah. I'd probably in the future. I'm gonna probably do something with like a beep. I mean, I got a provisional patent for this style and the whole type right now.
Right.
But in the future, I'm gonna make some modifications that are gonna be, you know, it should be a little bit more. Give you a wide range of different options as far as sound and sight. So.
Right. Yeah, you can make it a different beat, like maybe a beep, 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 or something different.
Yeah, we'll take it from there.
So if you were going into a commercial and you didn't have something to tie off to, you could tie off to that, correct? Or no?
Well, realistically, I mean, it's not designed as an anchor point, but you know how things go. Whatever's going to do the job and work for you, you could, but you'd have to put your rope on the back end of the hinge.
Oh, it's on the back end.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, you could put that, as long as you put your rope from the bottom around the top, it won't come out. But if you tie it over the top, it might flip it.
Yeah, you could flip it out. Right.
Yeah, but you tie it from the bottom, it ain't going nowhere. You know. So.
Another use. We're helping them out here a lot, Roof. You know what I mean? What are we going to charge?
You can put it on the rope bag, you know, search rope bag.
Oh, there's a guy who's going to buy some for somebody like that. And they're relatively inexpensive, guys. And don't forget, the promo code SALTY for 10% off, bro. So it's really inexpensive. So open up your wallets, you cheap fucks.
And you're buying something that's American made and
made
like
by
I
a
said,
firefighter.
It's legit quality. Like the same way we found the guy, I forget what his first name was, but the camera tool, he was next to us. We went over there, bullshitted with him.
Right.
You could tell it was legit. When I came over to you, I mean, I see a lot of those products every show, but I could tell that was something that was pretty interesting. It's legit. It's American made. And, you know, what's
I'm
better
tell you
than
something
that?
about quality. Roofy says this all the time. We come up with something like, I don't know if you saw the pizza cutter, but the pizza cutter. his big thing has to be quality cubes. It's got to be quality cubes. So if he picked up
every time somebody picks up one of our things, they go, "Wow,
yeah,
that's
heavy.
You know, it's heavy."
So
it's
if Roofy picked up your thing and said it's quality,
yeah,
I know it's quality, bro.
Well, I've had a couple different comments with the thing. I mean, I learned a lot going to Harrisburg and talking to the customers and whatnot. And I got to tell you, some people were shocked. You know, they sit there, they look at it, they think it's a little bit bulky. But when they picked it up and they actually looked at it and used it, they said, "Wow, you know, this is lighter than I thought." I mean, the thing's 13 ounces, basically, less than a pound with the batteries in it. And, you know, I've had a guy sit there and flick it around. I'm thinking to myself, is this dude looking to like make this thing or, you know, what's he trying to do?
Yeah, right. Steal your ideas.
Yeah. You know, very, very, very good time there, but interesting people too.
Interesting's a good word. Yes,
yeah,
interesting.
How did Jebediah from the Amish like it, bro? Did you think it was a good fit?
Those are the guys I'm always leery. They're going to steal your shit.
Yeah, the one guy insisted. He's like, "Oh, I'll just make this." I said, "Okay, thank you, sir. Have a good day." And then another guy came and he goes, "Wow, this fucking thing's made really well." I said, "Wow, I appreciate it." You know, and a lot of people ask questions about how it would hold up. You know, is it strong and whatnot? And I said, "Believe me, dude, if you put this thing in the door and you break it, just call me. I'll send you another one." But I said, if you melt it, then, you know, I don't even know what to tell you. Take a picture and send it to me, you know.
Somebody already bought two, bro. Robert Bates. Thanks, Rob.
Sweet.
Look at that. Sweet. Cool. So let's see. It's American made. It's made by a fireman, and he's guaranteeing if it breaks to give you a new one.
Oh, so yeah.
That's a home run, bro.
Just like China.
I'm telling you, I've not had it unless someone's going to take this thing and slam it in a vise, and even doing so, good luck. But you know, I don't see the thing breaking anytime soon. If anything happens to the light itself, like I said, you melt it or anything, just let me know. Tell me what color, and I'll mail you the
I think the
whole
biggest thing, if just looking at it, the biggest thing is getting their identification on it. right? That's
that's
in the end. I think the only thing that's ever going to happen to that thing is
somebody's going to steal it, bro.
Yeah. Well, I like I said, I carry with me from room to room as I'm going. For the most part, any of the main entries type stuff basically is a lot of our guys will rip the doors off before, if we're dealing with something residential. But if I'm going through myself, I go room to room with the thing, for the most part. So.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? I'm just saying, maybe there are some guys, if you want something personalized, you throw on a couple of shekels. Now you're making a little more money, I'm saying. That might happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably by the end of this week, we'll have something up where you'll be able to, have the thing laser engraved and whatnot. It's coming soon. So we were just trying to get all the kinks out. Like I said, solo operation right now. We'll see what happens in the future. And, it's going to be some big stuff. You definitely customize it. I think the laser engraving is going to be awesome because then we could set it up for your company, your department. Yep. And that's going to be an option very soon. So,
right. What about a picture of Mrs. Procaccini's wife? Can we get that on there, bro? You think? How's that? Is that possible? That would be sweet. Everybody would want that one, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody would want that one.
You have a patent, right, Dave, on that?
Yes. Yeah. It's the provisional. So basically, it's like patent pending. So.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. It's still still good.
Is there a word of the day in this one or no?
Yeah, Dave makes money.
Yeah.
Hold on. Dave makes money.
We got words of the day. We got.
Show me the money!
Dude, Gonzo's on it, bro. We're gonna take that board away from you now. I think it's taken.
No, I'm sorry.
Where would you use the new one you just had made before?
What?
What? Yeah, well,
What?
You had a new sound. That was a good one.
He's got a lot of them, bro.
That was a little too loud, Guns. That one.
Yeah, I was just sounds quiet on my end. But at least it got your attention. Sorry.
It scared the heck out of me. I almost had a heart attack.
Anything else you want to throw in there, Dave?
No. I mean, basically, I think that we basically hit the nail on the head. It's just a quality tool that comes from here. I mean, you know what you're getting. It's not like you're buying something offline that it's not backed. I mean, this got my name on it. As I make them, I'm sitting there triple checking this thing, and if something happens, I got my name on it.
Quality assurance too, bro.
Really, and that was the whole thing. I mean, a lot of it came from on the job training. I've had the thing field tested, and there's guys in the city that have it. People in Jersey City, along with us, Passaic, New Jersey, and the feedback has brought it to where it is right now. And like I said, I'm back.
Now you got the whole other head nation going out there to buy one. I just had to clear one thing up before you had said something. Did you say that the squad was cross-trained or cross-dressers? I didn't understand. What did you say before? I didn't hear that.
Cross-trained.
Oh, cross-trained. Sorry,
Yeah,
Ziggy.
yeah.
Ziggy, I didn't want to. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know.
The Zig might have been.
That might be frightening seeing Ziggy cross-dressed.
No.
It's like no.
No, that's my scene.
No.
All right, Gons, what do you got? You got any more sound effects you want to throw out there?
No, those are gonna get mad at me. I'm not gonna do it.
No, I think it's great. What was the
He
one
loves
from
it.
before? It's my favorite one.
Which one?
Mr. Randy!
What?
Yeah.
Mr.
Coming to the
Randy
stage.
Watson.
Is there a God somewhere? He helped kill
Dave is the chalk on high. Yes. All right. What else? That's it. We might wrap it up now. Get out there. Throw the banner up there one more time, guys. Where can these guys
Actually, we
buy
got
this?
this.
Throw it out there. Blast them with it. Blast them.
Here you go. And don't forget to get
Bolt Rescue LLC.com.
Yes.
And throw in
Discount
this-
code Salty.
I'm gonna put that in the description too.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that up
The
there
website looks
for a
like-
while. So
Nice.
Cool. I'm
Sexual
glad,
chocolate.
I'm glad you.
That
came
chalk
on.
is good. Good.
no, I appreciate you guys having me on. I really do. And
We love it,
like
Rob.
I said-
I hope you sell 1 million. Keep us in the loop and let us know how many you're selling there, fella.
Proud of you, kid. Proud of you.
Yeah, no, I'll reach out. Hopefully, I'll see you guys. You said you guys are going to New York soon, right? You going to the Chief show?
Oh, thanks for that's a good look at you. That's a good segue. Thank you.
Right
So,
there.
guys, the New York State Chiefs Association, June 14th to the 17th, the 117th annual Chief Show.
Wow.
We will be in booth 130, not Tree Trio, 130. We'll be up there in Syracuse. Come see
You're
us.
gonna be there, Dave?
Dave, you gonna be
No,
there?
I'm not going to make this one, but
Walk around. Stop in the booth. Bring a couple.
I might
Sell
take
right
a
out
ride
of the
up.
booth.
We'll check it out. So
Yeah, bring a handful of them up. Come up and sell them right out of the booth.
I'll
don't
come see
charge
you
that
guys.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then I think that's it for our shows, Roof. Oh no, we have
Thursday.
We got I'm talking about trade shows. That's I burp up my dinner. Yes, Thursday we have Babstock coming on. We talk about a heavy hitter, hard charging,
Yeah, he's
Rescue
gonna
2,
be,
120.
Interesting.
Holy shit, it's gonna be a good
Rescue 2.
show. And then we got Francis Lieb coming up at the end of the month.
I signed up Katrina Ballou. She's doing some type of a film. I'm not exactly 100% sure what she's doing. She's, I believe she's still in college. She's the daughter of John Ballou during the Father's Day fire. So
No, not Father's Day.
not the
Black
Father's
Sunday.
Day fire.
Black Sunday.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
Black Sunday. That's what I meant. That.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm going to talk to her probably next week and get some more information. And the film's not going to be out, but we're going to talk about it. And then it's probably about a year out. When it comes out, we'll do like a second
Bring
show on
Kleenex
it.
tissues because that'll be a jerker.
Probably going to be a tough one. But she reached out to us. I was like, oh my God, we got to do this. I'd love to do it.
All right.
So
Well, thanks for recommending this fellow, Roof. Good job. And Ziggy, good job training that young fella. Look forward to seeing Ziggy soon. And that's all I got, Roof. What do you got, Gons? Anything else before we go?
We got our closing material.
Do
And
it.
that's it.
Come on, do it. Don't forget to hire Mike Cologne if you want a commercial made.
Yeah, for sure. So here's another one of his examples.
Well, thank you first and foremost for tuning in to another episode of the Getting Salty Experience. Think we're out of good content? Ha! Far from it. If you want to find us on the audio side, you can do so on all the players. We're available on, yes, I said that correctly, all the players. Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, that's where we are. And if you're here tonight, congratulations. You found us on the Getting Salty Experience, which if you're not already subscribed, please do so. It's free, costs you nothing. You can also like and share, which also costs you nothing and helps us grow the audience of the show. You can also find us on social media if you so please. Of course, we're on Instagram where Lou posts great FDNY content from yesteryear. We're also on TikTok. Tangamus Prime is on top of that. And we're also on LinkedIn too, where yours truly, Mike McBob Cologne, is on top of things on that front. Head on over to gettingsaltyapparel.com, by the way, for all kinds of great merchandise, apparel, and accessories. There is a super chat, too. We thank each and every one of you for your support. You can open up your wallet and donate an amount of your choosing during the program. After all, you guys, yes, you guys are our number one sponsors. Super thanks as well. If you missed the show live, you can show support through that means. If you still wish to open up your wallet, the super thanks is basically a thank you after the fact for another great episode of ours. The Facebook fan page is in existence too, now over 60,000 strong and continuing to grow. It's not created by us at the Getting Salty Experience, but it is nevertheless a great way to connect with firefighters from all over and fans of the show alike. If you want to advertise with the Getting Salty Experience, send your information on over to gettingsaltyads@gmail.com. And if you have any questions or have a guest suggestion, please send them to gettingsaltyexperience@gmail.com with the necessary contact information. And finally, if you have content for anything else, please send them to koobspodcast@gmail.com. Of course, that's Kevin Kubler's secondary email. And that's where you could send things like rig photos, firehouse kitchen tables, fire videos, helmet cam videos, tattoos, mustache photos, and yes, photos for the unofficial Hot Old Ladies contest that we may or may not be holding, allegedly. Thanks once again for tuning in to the Getting Salty Experience.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Hey, the dog's here.
What kind of dog is that? Boxer? What is he?
Yeah. Hey, say hi. Over here.
Nice.
Spin you around.
No, give me some tongue.
She's a good girl.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah. So
Great job tonight.
no,
Mike,
I
good
thank
job.
you, really thank you guys.
Oh, let us know, man. Well, I'll call you tomorrow and see how many orders you got.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't forget to look up Mike Cologne. Does a hell of a job. He's a hell of a swell fella. Throw his number up there one more time, Guns.
If you got his number, give him a call.
Excellent producer.
Give him up there.
Does good editing. Bang it out. Oh, look at
Media
that.
editing services.
That's a
Excellent.
really
All
nice
right.
logo.
It's a nice logo. I wonder if he came up with that by
He's
himself.
good. He good.
Yeah,
That boy good.
terrible. That boy good.
Tailbone good.
Terrible.
Good and terrible.
All right, guys. We'll see you Thursday night. Until then, stay low and go.
Take care, guys.
All right,
Thanks.
everybody. Take care, Davey. We'll see you at the big one, everybody.
All right, guys. Good night.